Everybody, happy Tuesday. I got a day. Boy, do I have a day ahead of me. I'm going to Wartburg, Coalfield, Knoxville, back to Harriman, back to almost into Sunbright, back to Coalfield, and then home today. Today is a long day with a lot of which I might make 2 videos today. We might get a little frisky and make 2 videos. Obviously, this video, the title is talking about credit cards. I don't necessarily want to call this my channel, right? I realize this is my real estate Facebook page, and it's, 90% real estate. I'll talk about some insurance stuff along with my insurance brokerage. I try to talk a lot about tax stuff, financial stuff, just because I think there's so much bad information out there. Everybody's trying to sell you something, right? And so what I want to try to do is give back to what I've been educated on, my research, my findings, what I do, and why. And I think that's really important because I'm not going to give anybody advice on something that I do not do or not willing to do. So credit cards. Big common myth all the time is credit cards are bad. Now, credit cards are bad if you use them as credit. I fully agree. I am on that train 100%. Do not use a credit card and buy something that you cannot pay off that day and at the end of the billing cycle. You will be in a world of hurt if you use a credit card as credit. So that is the number one thing. Do not, if you are not good with money, you're not good with balancing a budget, you're not good at any of that stuff, do not get a credit card. It's not worth it. Use your debit card. It will keep you in check, and money in your accounts, how much money you have. So that being said, right, that's kind of like the overall disclaimer here. But credit cards are great. So the 2 cards that I use, one for my business is the Amex Platinum card. I'll get into more details on that one. And then personal credit card, I use the Citi Costco card. I don't know if it's called something else, but I'm going to call it the Citi Costco card because I get it through Costco. So some details of why I have those. Let's get into the personal, right? So the personals, I shop at Costco. I'm a big Costco fan, as well as an Amazon, stuff like that. Like majority of my home and a lot of my food and stuff like that is bought everything through Costco. I usually visit Costco 1 time a week. I live 5-10 minutes from it. And I love Costco. You buy everything in bulk, you get a big discount. Now, sometimes buying food in bulk is not great, especially if it's perishable and it's going to go bad. But items like Gatorades and drinks and meat, if you're going to cook it up and eat it, toilet paper, plates, and then they have stuff that's changed out every week or 2 weeks on the end of their end caps. And people come through, and I walk into Costco to buy some grapes and some Gatorades, and I end up spending $200 because I bought a $150 item that I never knew I needed until I seen it in Costco, and I was like, wow, that's awesome. So there is a little bit of a sales there, but I love Costco. All their products I think are just very, very high quality. They do a great job on not giving you cheap stuff. They almost have a almost lifetime return policy. I don't want to say it's a lifetime, but it's pretty dang close. To the point if anything goes wrong, you take it back, Costco will accept it. They'll give you your money back or return, exchange it, whatever you want. And I love that. And even saying that, I've never had to return something, anything like that. So the Citi card, well, I have, obviously it pays for my Costco, I guess I'm just going to call it elite membership, right? So I have the highest, I think it's executive, sorry. So I have the highest tier Costco membership, which means everything that I buy in Costco, I get 2% back, a check back at the end of the year for 2%. And that usually somewhere I don't know, $500, $1,000 a year that I get back, which again, more than pays for the $120 executive Costco membership, which is also kind of what the credit card costs. So it's more than pays for it. The other perks, and I'll probably forget some, the other perks is the cash back. So on the card itself, not even counting to the 2% with the cost, on the card itself, and I may mix these numbers up, but it's like 4% cash back gas. So that means every time I go to a gas station and I buy gas on it, which is more limited now because the majority of my, I do what I call at cost on my car, so I don't write off mileage, I write off cost. Majority of my mileage these days, 80% or more, is going to basically be this, right? It's going to be real estate time. So a lot of times I am using the real estate card, the Amex card, to do that. But if I was, right, whenever I had my previous car, I was using mileage. So every time I would swipe in there, I was able to, write off. But I was also getting 4% cash back on my gas. That's a ton of money every year. And then it's 3% cash back, like restaurants and food. So anytime we go out to eat, restaurant, right, and I use my personal card, I'm getting like 3% cash back there, which is awesome. And then it's an additional like 2% cash back, additional Costco. So that basically takes my Costco purchases up to 4% cash back on anything that I get in Costco. And again, that goes a long ways when you shop there very, very frequently and you buy a lot of stuff there. So that's huge. And then it's like 1% cash back everything else. So every time I swipe the card, no matter what, I get 1% cash back every year. And so I've had this card for, I don't know now, maybe 5 or more years. I'm not sure. It's whenever Costco switched over to Visa from Amex. I'm not sure when that was. I went ahead and did that. It just made so much sense to do that. So not only do you have those cashback rewards, which are fantastic, it also comes with like vacation protection. So if something happens and you get sick or whatever, literally you can file a claim through the credit card there, and they will basically offer your vacation protection and kind of give you refunds if you're booking it through them. Same thing. Rental car offers insurance on a rental car, offers all that good stuff on a rental car. So when you get a rental car that you buy with it, you don't have to buy the insurance because it comes with it on there. That's another great perk. Another great perk is has like, I think it's a 1 or 2 year extended warranty on all like everything. So electronics, right? You buy a TV and it comes with a 3-year warranty. I think it extends it. Don't hold me to this, but I'm going to say 2 years, right? So it extends it for 5 years. So again, something happens, you bought it with that card, you can take it back, you got that extended warranty on it. So it's really great to buy. So there's all these perks. Again, I'm sure there's more I can't even think of there. But yeah, fantastic perks just for using the card. And again, if you use it like a debit card, do not use it as a credit card. You're just getting money back. You're literally playing with house money. This is free money. Every year on the Citi card alone, we probably get back anywhere between like $800 and $2,000, kind of on average of where we get. So between the Costco and the Citi card, every year I'm essentially getting back more than $2,000, and that's just money. That's essentially cash. Costco gives me the certificate. I go in there, I exchange it. They give me cash. I'll walk out with sometimes $2,000 in cash. I've done it. So that's what we use for our personal card. I've tried to do a lot of research over the years on like credit cards and different types of perks and stuff. And to me, that one just seems like, as far as personal and low cost, basically no cost a year, really. I haven't really found anything that's as good. Now, maybe there's going to be cards out there that's better in certain categories, like flights and air miles and stuff like that. But overall, like, it makes more sense for me personally to have the Citi Costco card. Now let's get into the business. So originally, my business card, I went with like a Chase, I don't know, business class or something. Thought it was great. It was like 2% cash back or something like that. Really nice. Had some good little perks with it. But they like flagged my account one day randomly and stopped it, and I had to send in all this information to basically say, hey, I am me using this account. And then they said, well, it'll take us 30 to 60 days to review. I said, so you're just locking my card for 30 to 60 days? They said, yep. So I said, all right, well, screw this. Nothing was wrong here. There wasn't even fraudulent charges. It's different, like there was fraudulent charges, and that dude's, there wasn't even nothing. It's like a random flag. I still don't understand it to this day. So I went in, I got all my points, I removed them, I cashed them out, and I said, bye, I'm leaving, and I went to Amex Platinum. And I did a lot of research on this, a lot, before I chose what business, right? Because our business expense in real estate is very significant. We spend lots and lots of money every month, marketing, advertising, fees, and you name it, we're spending money on it in real estate, right? So I wanted to look for a card that's going to be very, very beneficial. So the Amex card is really what came up. And what I would say is it's like tip-top tier before you get into like ridiculous like black card type stuff, which you got to be invited to and everything. But I couldn't find anything that really compared to the Amex Platinum. It's like $500 a year, so it is a little bit more expensive. But again, the perks that it comes with. First off, if you've never done business with Amex, they're kind of like the Apple of customer service, right? Typically you go in, an Apple store and have a problem, right? They fix it. It's pretty quick in and out. Not really issues. But their customer service goes a lot further than just calling in, you got a credit card issue, right? The travel perks of Amex, the event tickets of Amex, the restaurants, the reservations, all this stuff that Amex offers within the card is pretty awesome. Now they're like, I think I'm only like a 1% cash back or something like that. So it's not huge there, but again, the perks that it offers is outrageous. So it more than makes up, for the smaller cash back. They have deals with airlines. They have deals with hotels. You can get, high discounts. You can exchange your points for all that stuff at a very reasonable rate. And again, it offers like vacation protection, rental car protection. A quick thing. So on the travel, there was one time that, I was looking at all the airlines. I mean, before I book a hotel or travel, like I shop. I like what I call sticking it to the man a little bit. And so I'm going to go on the airlines websites. I'm going to go on all these like websites that compare. And then I'm going to go on Amex Travel. And when we went to Alaska last year, I went on Amex Travel. And obviously this was not, it was not a business write-off, but again, I can still use it and then reimburse the business. So it's what we did because literally our flights, we saved about $800 in total booking it through Amex Travel, versus and it was a Delta flight, if I just went to just Delta, and I was like, holy crap, this is huge, right? $800. That's a giant savings. So we did it, right? Paid the Amex, and then I reimbursed the business there because again, that was a personal trip. It wasn't a write-off. But it gives you personal access to it, right? So I thought that was, that was a huge perk. If you're ever in an area you need reservations, I mean, you literally call up and you're not even really on hold. Like they connect you with somebody that is very English speaking. So you're not speaking to somebody you can't really understand, and you tell them, hey man, I'm in Asheville, North Carolina, and I need reservations at this restaurant. They're booked out, right? And they can make things happen. Same thing, hotels sold out, you call them up, they can get you in there, figure stuff out, because they have so much power for Amex. And really what I'll say is your high net worth people, for the most part, all have Amex. Now, they probably don't have the Amex Platinum. They're probably on the invitation of, the black card and stuff like that. But the Amex Platinum for travel is a big thing, right? So anytime I'm traveling for business or personal, you pretty much get access to airport lounges. So any airport we go into, we're going to get access to a lounge in there, which is free access. You go in there, it is free food. And some of these lounges is like 5-star food. Also, free alcohol. Now, I've never been one to drink at an airport. I'm not one just to sit down and have a drink, right? We all drink socially with people. But you get to go into these lounges. So I don't know if you've never traveled to an airport and bought food in an airport. If you want a sandwich, it's $4,000. So when you're able to go and access this lounge, and again, they have all the plugins, they have laydowns, they have much nicer seating. It's everywhere. It's comfortable. They actually have areas where you can fall asleep in, certain ones, and it's all free. All right. All the food is free. I mean, you got all the bells and whistles inside these airport lounges, that really, what I'll say, into the last year and a half, I didn't really know that exist. I didn't really know maybe 2 years now, didn't really know what a thing it was, and what a great perk it was. But I mean, if you're doing, two or three airplane trips with a layover or something, you're saving, 50 to 100 to $150 in food, especially if you're with, some friends and family on going in these airport lounges, let alone it's so much more comfortable. You got plugins everywhere. You can do whatever. It's no big deal. People are serving you. That's huge, and that's a big perk of it, is on the travel. A lot of times too, if you book to travel through them, they'll like pay for a bag, pay for a check bag. They'll offer you even more. So like Delta, I know does a lot. If you book through them in Delta, you get like 5 times air miles. Which is wild to think that, you would get 1 times air miles, and just for booking through them, even to the same price, you get 5 times air miles. It's huge. So wanted to do this, to share with that. And I would encourage anybody, even from a personal, level, if you travel a little bit, you're spending a little bit of money, the Amex Platinum card, the $500 is a year, is well worth it, when you take advantage of the perks. Now, if you're probably not traveling a whole lot, doing all that, it's maybe not the best one, because something with a little more cash back probably makes more sense, such as the Citi Costco card. But again, I've separated those, as one is a business, one is a personal, so we kind of have the best of both worlds anytime we're doing anything and using one or the other. But again, I'm no financial advisor. I'm no credit card expert. I'm just telling you what we use, why we use it, to share that, because as long as you're paying it off every month, it's one thing. All that whole myth of don't pay it off, leave 10%, leave 25% off of it, helps your credit. Crap. Absolutely crap. Don't do it. Pay that sucker off every single month. Have a zero balance. If you have a zero balance, you will never pay interest. When you don't pay interest and you get perks back, you win. My credit, I think, this month, I got my credit report was 845. Yeah, my credit score is 845. And I have not had a credit card balance, in probably, I don't know, 5-6 years, maybe more. No, yeah. I don't know. Actually, I've probably not had a credit card balance in about 10 years now that I'm really thinking about it. So I've paid it off, right? So how would my credit score be so high if you're supposed to keep all this? That's a lie. All that is to keep you in debt, to keep you paying interest. When you pay interest, that's just money out the door for no reason. Pay them off. But again, if you're not well disciplined, and you have a hard time paying it off, don't ever use it as credit. Don't go out and buy anything on credit. Obviously, you probably got a home or car. Those are things you probably have to buy on credit. But other than that, do not put anything on a credit card that you cannot immediately pay off and are not going to immediately pay off. It is not worth it. You will lose. But if you can pay it off every month, at that point, every single purchase you make should be on your credit card. Also, if you ever have theft, I've had a random like $2 Facebook charge on our business Amex card. Amex called me and said, "Hey, is this you?" I said, "No, what? I don't know, a $2 Facebook charge. I don't even know what this is." They literally, boom, sent me a new card. I mean, it was like over 90 the next day. Everything stayed the same. I didn't have to change billing and all that stuff. How they did their customer service was amazing. And I've had it the opposite, to where you had to like change your card number, change all this stuff, change all your automatic payments, which is really annoying, but it was fantastic on there. And again, when you're doing with a credit card, you have to worry about coming to your bank account, versus if you use your debit card, especially online, that's very risky, because that is money that can be taken out of your accounts, and that money might be gone depending on what bank you work with. But as always, guys, questions on any of this stuff, I'm happy just to give you the advice of what I've done, but ultimately it's something I think everybody should take advantage of.